Do you love a good banana bread? Have you made some with your discard from your sourdough starter? Oh, you should. Let me show you how we made this. The kids just had some and it's delicious. Ours has butterscotch in it. Let me show you how we did this. I'm going to make some sourdough banana bread. Let's do it. I keep my bananas as they're aging like this. I throw them in the freezer and they look kind of gross when they come out and thaw, but they're delicious in banana bread. Let's smash them up. Let's get our ingredients together. I have smashed up with a fork 3 bananas. 2 of them had been frozen, 1 is not. To that, I'm going to add 8 tablespoons or 1 stick of melted butter. I am just using an old go-to banana bread recipe, and we're going to tweak a little bit with some sourdough starter. To that, I'm going to add a couple of eggs. This is one time I'll probably stir them up a little bit before I put them in. Give it a stir. Make sure your butter's not too hot. You don't want to scramble your eggs into your lovely batter. To that, I'm going to add 1 cup of brown sugar. You can use white sugar, you can use honey, you can use dark brown sugar. I had light brown, that's what we're going with. That was noisy, sorry about that. And I like to give that a good mix. To this, you can add yogurt or sour cream. You can use whatever you'd like. You could probably use cottage cheese. I'm going to put about 3 tablespoons of yogurt, and I have this yummy from Sam's Club honey vanilla. Doesn't that sound good? Yeah, about 3 tablespoons-ish. That was probably a little more, actually. And that's okay. I'm going to use a teaspoon of my so favorite, almost gone out of this jar, bourbon vanilla bean paste. And if you have a vanilla paste, you just measure it equal that you would do with the liquid. I do have some liquid, but I'm saving it. So there we go. Give this all a good mix. Looking good. That's my wet ingredients. Now for the dry. I'm trying to hurry, y'all. I'm not good at hurrying. I have 2 cups of unbleached flour. To this, I'm going to add about a teaspoon of salt. There we go. Got to have salt in your desserts, you know, and your bread. I'm going to put 2 teaspoons of baking powder. 1, 2. And a little less than a teaspoon, about 3/4 of a teaspoon of baking soda. We need both of these with the sourdough starter and in the bread so it'll rise and not just be like a flat, dense, thick banana pancake. Don't want that. That would not be good. If I want banana pancakes, I want it to be intentionally banana, right? So you want to give it a stir so your ingredients are all mixed up and not just one big salty bite, right? If you get that teaspoon of salt all at once. You can use a whisk. I probably should have. Good enough. Good enough. I strive for excellence. I don't like when my kids say, well, Mom, that's good enough. I'm like, everything you do with excellence. Do it your best. Okay. Now, before I add these together, I'm going to go ahead. This is poofed up on my counter today, and that's okay. And we don't want to use metal, right? With sourdough, isn't that the thing? We're not supposed to really use metal with it too much. I believe before it started getting poofy, this is my discard, by the way, from this morning. It was about 125 grams, but it's certainly grown a little bit today, and that's okay. Let's give that a mixy mix. Get all that goodness out of there. I'm really liking this sourdough journey, and I am brand new at it. But I've already made biscuits, and I've had 2 beautiful loaves of bread. Now we're doing a sourdough banana bread. We're just experimenting. We're in sourdough school here, right? I was gonna get a whisk, but I have a feeling it'll get all gommed up. What to use? Let's get a good old pampered chef. Because I don't want the sourdough clump. You don't want to just bite into a big old clump of sourdough, right? We want to get it mixy mixing. Think of my friend Larissa. When she mixes anything up, she says, mixy mix, babes. I love you, Larissa, if you see this. Mixy mix, babes, indeed. Here we go. Put some elbow grease into it. My mom would have said, get your elbow grease out. That looks better. Okay, now we're just gonna incorporate these dry ingredients. You don't want to overmix this. It's like kind of like muffins. You don't want to overdo it, but you got to get all that flour stirred up. There's one half. Let's get the other half in there. I like these little bowls I got from the Walmart. They're anchor hawking with the lid. Okay, let's just give it a stir. Now I'm going to prepare a loaf pan. I should have already done that, and I haven't, because it's beautiful outside and I want to get outside with my kids. They're riding bicycles and I want to get out there. So, okay, that looks good. That looks like a good banana bread. Oh, you know what I think I'm going to do? Instead of walnuts or pecans or chocolate chips, you know what I'm going to put in here this time? We have these from Christmas. Butterscotch. You ever had butterscotch and banana bread? Me either, but we're going to do it today. Because I think, how bad could it be, right? Butterscotch and bananas? It's bound to be good. Let's go about a third-ish of the bag. That was probably more like half, to be honest. I think that looks like a good ratio. Now I'm gonna just get my pan and put some parchment in it, and we'll be right back. I went ahead and lightly sprayed my loaf pan because, you know, the sugar in the banana bread, the natural sugars and then the brown sugar can make it stick. So I'm just gonna do this, and then of course the butterscotch chips are sugary. Let's put it in here. Do you see that? Real world happens here. Real life. Let's see. This made a lot. This should be a nice big poofy, Lily would say poofy loaf. These bananas were just at perfection for this. And Nathan was like, Mom, those bananas look gross. I'm like, yes, the grosser the better for banana bread. Ripe and dark and squishy. Yes, it's exactly what we want. Okay. It got on my bread. It fell in here, so I'm going to cut part of this paper off so it doesn't burn, right? We're pivoting in the kitchen. It's what we do. And that's that. That looks tasty. See you in an hour at 350 degrees. Look at this beautiful loaf of sourdough banana bread right out of the oven. Perfection. I can't wait for the kids to try it. It's almost bedtime. The smell of this sourdough bread has made us all want to take a bite. It's sourdough banana. Here we go. We're going to cut into a bite. The kids want to taste it before they go off to bed. Even though I told them it's going to be breakfast in the morning. Oh, it looks beautiful. It has butterscotch chips in it. Come here, darling. You can give a taste, Nevaeh. Come around here, Christopher, if you'd like a little bite.
I am not trying that.
You're not trying it? Girl, you're missing out.
Only like the bread.
Here it is.
Yeah, but I'll try it.
You look sleepy.
Mom, I'll try
You'll
it.
try it? Come over here and get your piece. What do you think?
It's good.
It's good? What do you think?
Why,
You're
I
sleepy.
know.
Want to come and try it, Mimi? Good? 1 thumb up, 2 thumbs up?
2, but
Cool.
I've been my
Come here, Mimi.
Yeah. I've never tried this before.
You never
10
tried it
out of
before?
10.
10 out of 10, Christopher says.
I liked it.
10 out of 10.
Another piece.
46.
10 out of 10. I know you already brushed your teeth, but
Wash them again.
I have to agree with you. That's a 10 out of 10. You want another piece, Christopher? You still got some? I can taste the butterscotch in it. Banana discard bread. Make you some.